Well, here we are. We're back again, and sorry for the delay. Been working on the kinks of some things. Had to do some shutdowns on my computer. Lost a lot of files. Been trying to restore everything. So while I was in the middle of that, I was working on this video for "Leave the World Behind," the great Netflix movie starring Ethan Hawke and Julia Roberts, and I had a lot of things to say. This was supposed to be a video that was going to be about 2.5 hours long, but since all that didn't work, thank you iMovie for not recognizing how to save shit and forcing me to do this hard reset. Whatever, it is what it is. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to try this again, and we're going to do it in 5 segments. So this one's going to be part one, and I'm going to try to call this as my finally hit 200 subscribers. Yay! I'm big time now. Whatever. Still not making any money off of this, but we do it for you. I do it for you people, man. The money, fuck it. I just want to express my opinions on fucking movies. So this will be part 1 of 5, and I want to kick this shit off, this 200 subscribers celebration. Let's just get into this fucking shit. So, you get these interesting establishing shots of showing the world as a scope for whatever reason. I guess it's supposed to be set up for symbolism or something. And we move into a shot of their apartment or their loft, whatever that they live in. Who cares? And here we have Julia. I don't remember her character name, but we have Julia frantically packing like she knows something. So Ethan Hawke wakes up and wonders what the hell she is doing. And she just writes it off as, I think we should take a vacation because you're worried about or being anxious.
You are just constantly anxious about your job because of all the budget cuts.
So, yeah, I went and rented a house.
What?
So we can go on vacation. Rented a house. So, source of income. We don't know what you do yet. But you're worried about his anxiousness. So, hey, let me go spend money and rent a house.
What the fuck?
Oh, and when is this trip scheduled for?
When did you rent the house for?
Today,
Surprise, motherfucker.
I figured if I made the reservation and packed our bags, it would eliminate most of the reasons to say no.
Wow, talk about short notice. Holy fucking shit, bitch. Dear God, I hope there's no kids involved.
I didn't want to wake the kids, so I haven't packed for them yet.
Ah, shit, there are.
I think they're going to be super psyched about this.
So, continuing to make an excuse for herself, she is like, oh, I got you an itinerary. Thanks for the itinerary, bitch, for this trip that you just threw on me. Do you have to work today? Seems like you don't. Maybe I have to work today. I guess maybe he doesn't because he does not object to this. It's just, okay, let's pack up and go. Fuck it. And then he proceeds to ask her a reasonable question.
But help me out here, babe. I mean, why today?
And she comes up with this convoluted excuse.
When I couldn't fall back asleep this morning, I came over here.
Now, of all the things I did with this movie, this is the section that got copyright stricken. And so I had to remove the audio. I guess maybe I cropped it too damn well. It sounded like one continuous motion of speech from Julia here, but it got hit with copyright. That specific section, that's the first time YouTube's ever specified what the hell was going on. But basically, she just walks over to the window and talks about how she woke up in the morning, was looking out the window, watching the people walk down the street and blah, 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 and makes the realization that she hates everyone. It seemed kind of an unnecessary piece of dialogue and just a scene to film. It just felt really out of place, but I wanted to feature it simply because it made no damn sense. But that's essentially what she's doing in this scene. Hell, you want to see it, watch the first 15 minutes of the movie, 10 minutes. It's right there. It's so stupid.
I fucking hate people.
Now, to be fair,
To be fair,
I hate people too. But this does not seem like the situation to where you should hate people so much as to where you hate your husband so goddamn much to where while he's sleeping in his bed that he pays for, that maybe they have a prosperous relationship to where they're both being moneymakers. But we'll look into that in a minute here and later. I hate people enough, but not that much to where I'm waking up my significant other on day of to say, hey, we're going on vacation. I know you're having financial problems. I know you're worried about budget cuts. I know you're worried about the situation going on at your job. And say, hey, I rented a house. What? We have a house. No, oh, wait. Oh, let's go to this other one. I don't hate people that much. So they proceed to head their asses out of town, and then we get the first of many of weird camera angles that seem to shoot from over top. It's like this movie was shot with drones, as you will see later in this review as we go through this. But, interesting camera angles. So they get to the house. This is a nice, big, beautiful house, okay? A vacation home is one thing, but dear God, this is a nice house. I mean, this is some white people shit. I use that term loosely, but seriously, holy shit, you're worried about budget cuts and anxiety of your husband, but this is the house you rented? Oh my God, go fuck yourself, Julia. Jesus. Ugh. We get the one of many title card reveals, Chapter 1, The House. This seems slightly unnerving. This movie had the nerve to do some shit like this to try to insinuate that it's gonna be breaking it up into parts. When you'll see. So as they walk through the house and inspect the kitchen, then Ethan seems to find the liquor cabinet. Of course, the guy that goes to the house says that, it's not for them. You didn't pay for that part of the package, motherfucker, so you can't enjoy my liquor.
you break your butt.
The kids, strangely enough, immediately out of the car go jump into the fucking pool. I was like, okay, fine. Yeah, we had a nice long road trip. Tired. Hey, let's go swimming. Sure, why the fuck not? So Julie wants to pop into town and go get some groceries, and okay, fine, fair enough. But what she doesn't do later is proceed to go on a fantasy of wanting to fuck this house. I mean, dear God, woman, calm down just a second. Hold on. I don't think the house feels that same way about you. Okay, if you're feeling this way, you gotta understand, yes, you did give the money to the house, essentially, but you're trying to make the house a whore, a prostitute? Calm down, Julia. Your husband is right there, mate.
What the fuck?
And this song continues as she gets into the car and drives to town. And even when she gets to town, at this market, listen in the background, you will still hear this same damn song. Who's fucking who in this situation? Is this house possessed? This is a nice little interesting aspect that I thought this movie was gonna try to go towards. But no, it didn't. No, it's just bullshit fucking use of music. Fuck you, music supervisor.
This is Hollywood, baby.
But while she's at the market, she notices a guy for some reason. Seems like you're unhappy in your marriage there, Julia. But we get our, hopefully the guy that I thought was gonna be the star of this movie, gonna be the one who saves it all, Kevin good old Bacon. And she's just simply checking him out and noticing that he's buying a particular set of items. Interesting enough. Back at home, we find Julia has bought Ethan a pack of cigarettes. He apparently has been trying to quit, but she gives him the okay. He knows that he sneaks them in. And it's just like, oh, just don't let the kids see you. You know, what's the point of this scene? Because it does not come back into play whatsoever in this fucking movie. This is useless filler. But instead of a nicotine addiction being the craze that he needs a little chicka picka bow wow.
Hey, I got another idea for a good time.
And adds the proposition, and, well, of course, Julia obliges.
We've got 15 minutes before they're begging to go to the beach.
That's all I need.
Because she knows the exact time of when the kids are going to want to go to the beach. Even though you have a fucking pool in your backyard. Hey, toss some sand around the edge of that fucking pool. You got a beach right there. No, let's go to the beach. Let's go to this dirty fucking... You know what? I'm not a big fan of beaches, all right? So they take their ass to the beach, and there's this weird-ass rotunda, and once again, we got this overhead shot. It's just weird cinematography. And, you know, we gotta see them go through the gates of the beach. We have to watch them walk across the beach. This nice wide-out shot. Because if you didn't know what it looks like when people walk across the beach, here you go. We get to the beach. They find a nice little spot. Oh, it's cool. Offer the kids sunblock. And Julia says this dumb shit.
We practically have the beach to ourselves.
To yourself? Did you not notice all the people around you when you walk to the spot that you got to? Really? Okay, I can see saying almost got it to yourself, but there's too many people here for you to even say that. What the fuck ever. So, little daughter notices a boat.
Look at that boat.
Yeah, boats exist, water, sea, yeah. Let's think nothing about it. But what we want to think about is its orientation. But funny enough, she notices that it's big. She notices that the boat is big. So, okay, let's point that out.
It's so big.
Okay, that's great, dear. I understand what you're saying, and understand you should understand what you're saying. But yeah, it's big, that far out. Yeah, Now, this is going to come into play in a second here. So they take some time and eat, just having a good old grand day on the beach. Big brother gets a notification on his cell phone, notify him the distance of where his girlfriend, how far away she is, but he wants to get a ride instead of getting an Uber, but wants Mommy Dearest to take him, and no, she ain't got time for that shit.
All right, well, that's Sag Harbor. That's at least an hour away, honey.
But at the same time, the damn boat is getting closer to the shoreline.
It's getting closer.
And the boat is noticeably getting bigger to Ethan.
Must be a port right here.
The fuck is he talking about?
Let's just write it off. He thinks there's a port nearby.
New York has one of the largest natural harbors on the planet.
If there's a port nearby, you and this beach that y'all think you practically have to yourselves, you should be able to look to the left and to the right and maybe see a goddamn port. But little Miss Congeniality realizes the boat is actually getting closer.
You okay, Rose?
I think that ship is heading towards us.
No shit.
It's like, you know what? Maybe at this point, we might have a problem. I don't know. I'll tell you what. As a normal thinking man of family, hey, let's go over this way. No! These people stay there. I'll be like, oh, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens.
What?
And of course, naturally, they finally, at the last minute, decide maybe it's time to go. When the boat is right there in front of our face.
Holy fuck.
Jesus, Archie, let's go.
No shit.
You know, when you shoot a gun at somebody, the bullet it doesn't get right to your face and say, hey, maybe I should do something. No, it doesn't work that way. Then they finally get the fuck out of the way. When the boat hits shore.
Now's not the time for fear. That comes later.
Now, the weirdest part about this shit is if I know anything about boats, you know, I used to be a maritime captain. The anchors are connected to the bridge, and as we see in this shot, there are two gigantic fucking ass anchors on this ship. From the bridge, you can activate a release system that drops them. Okay? And if not, you can relay a message to supporting crew that can do it manually if systems aren't operating on the bridge. So the anchors were never dropped. They would have stopped this boat far out.
This is Hollywood, baby.
If you lost control of this ship, as said security guard says,
You know what happened?
There's been a handful of these groundings up the coast. Something to do with the nav system.
really, the navigation system?
What?
Are you kidding me? Okay, fuck you with that navigation system failure bullshit.
I ain't fucking buying that.
If there is crew on the bridge, they would have stopped this from happening. So this is where I have my first major problem with this movie. A boat running ashore on a beach where civilians are, and no attempt was made to stop. Hey, Captain, we're getting close to the shoreline. What should we do? Turn the boat. Which direction? It doesn't fucking matter. Left or right, pick one. Oh. Okay, we can't turn. Drop anchor. The button's not working. Radio down to the crew. Tell them to drop anchors. There was no attempt made to stop this boat. And we never find out if there was a crew on this boat or not. What the fuck, movie? Let's fight.
Who wrote that crap?
So as they leave the beach, we get the true realization of horror in this movie. Probably the scariest part of this fucking movie.
There's a Starbucks.
Product placement.
Hurry up and buy!
Yeah, that's what I want. I just fucking almost got ran over a boat. I'm sorry. An oil fucking tanker by my own stupidity and stupid intuitions. Because I didn't notice a boat getting closer to the shore. What do I need right now? A grande mocha laca frappuccino fucking chilled with ice and a double shot of fucking foam and all that bullshit. Blah, 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 blah. Fuck Starbucks is what I'm trying to say. So to get back to their over... You know, I don't even want to call it overpriced. But well, actually, we'll get to that in a few here. But we'll get back to the home and find out that the phone's internet's not working and the kids are back in the damn pool. But we also find out a little more about Julia Roberts' role in life.
Well, sorry, I can't help you there. You are the tech whiz, not I.
Bullshit.
Huh, she's a tech wizard. Interesting. Gee, I wonder if that's gonna come back into play later in the movie. Now, this fucking shit here, I think I'm recording here. Check, 1, 2. But, here we go again with re-editing this damn video for the second time after it's been out for about 3-4 weeks here now, about a good month. First I got the copyright strike on a section that I just edited too damn good because, you know, I'm a fucking boss like that. But anyway, Netflix has come after me for this section of the fucking video where it's just Julia and fucking Ethan Hawke looking at some damn deer. The fucking part is properly edited, but here they come. Like, oh, copyright, that is the material. I tried to fight it, and they still want to hold the fucking copyright. I contested it under fair use. I'm having all these fucking problems with this fucking video, so let's try this one and see what happens. Shit. Ethan calls it a good omen. I've never seen a good omen being of seeing deer. I live in this city, and we see deer. You know what those assholes bring? They bring head-on collisions, car crashes. Fuck deer, alright? Hunt them to extinction.
You seem agitated.
But they end up outside. Oh, let's have a nice little dinner outside. Another shot of the outside of the atmosphere, the planet, and everything for what the fuck ever damn reason. I don't know. These shots never really come back into play. But they're there. So the kids are asleep, and these two chuckle fucks are playing Jenga. 1-on-1. Jenga. And this is where we find out that Ethan is a professor at a college.
Hey, you remember that student of mine who was published last year, Maria Miller? She wants me to write the foreword to her second book. I never know if I'm even getting through these kids, and then something like this happens.
Now, Julia hears a sound, and she takes notice of this, and makes obvious notice of this.
Did you hear that?
Mm-mm.
She hears the sound. This comes into play later.
Someone's here. Get a bat.
And there's a knock at the door. A voice that calls out, "Hello?" Ethan goes and opens the door and finds a black man standing there.
Why are you here?
I'm so sorry to bother you.
In case you didn't know.
Now, they're in an isolated spot. So, of course, this is going to be a little awkward.
I know it's late. Knock out the doorway out here.
Yeah, it is a little awkward now, isn't it?
Couldn't decide if you should knock at the front door or the side door. And
the side door?
You must be Amanda.
Why did you say that name?
Amanda Sanford, right?
Of course.
You two know each other?
He recognizes Amanda, well, through correspondence.
We have not had the pleasure of meeting face to face. I'm GH.
Very poor choice of words.
He simply introduces himself as GH.
GH Scott.
George. He's George. That's how it reads in his email.
Yeah, say George. It gets better. GH. It was like, okay, we're using code names now.
Forgive me. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. Well, whoops. Whoopsie.
See, this is why I much prefer life before the internet.
Life before the internet. Yeah, you could have spoken on the phone if you two had just called each other.
Because we would have spoken on the phone, would have recognized my voice and known that this is our house.
Yeah, sure. Okay. It's your house.
This is your house?
But you offered it up as a rental property. So what the fuck do you want?
I'm sorry. You think we could come inside?
What the fuck?
Oh, yeah, hey, sure, yeah, come on in.
No. Hell no. No.
Yeah, sure. Come on inside.
I understand how strange this must be for you, us turning up like this unannounced.
No shit.
We'd have called, you see, but the phones are out.
It's almost as if we're telling the truth.
This is Ruth. Ruth is a bitch.
Why don't we sit down and, talk? Let's go to the kitchen.
Ethan reminds me of Lalo from Better Call Saul. Lalo Salamanca.
Show me.
The way he delivered that line, like, let's go to the kitchen. Show me. It's fine. Whatever. But sure, come on in. Let's go to the kitchen. It's fine. It'll be fine. Come on in. You and your racist daughter. So they make their way to the kitchen and, we go to a little bit of just meeting each other. Finds out, I can't be bothered to try to pronounce his name. We'll just call him Blade because he's supposed to be the new Blade in this unnecessary remake of the movie Blade. But we're just going to call him Blade.
He's on the board of the Philharmonic. He likes to encourage everyone he knows to take an interest in classical music, so...
Yes. It's like, yeah, that's great. Hey, how about you show me some ID? Maybe show me some proof that you own this fucking house that you claim to. Let's start there. Oh, no, it doesn't matter because you're already in the fucking kitchen. // But naturally, Julia has the natural, honest reaction to all this. The way she gives this look.
Anyway,
They claim a blackout happened when they were driving back to the city coming from their opera. What the fuck ever.
A blackout?
Blackout?
So the best option was to drive out far out of the way to a house that they rented out to other people.
Exactly right. So,
let's go to this house and invade their time that they paid for.
We thought, well, with everything that's probably going on in the city right now.
We live on the 14th floor and he can't climb 14 flights because of his knee.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
Plus the traffic lights went out. We would have been sitting in a 6-hour parking lot if we'd headed home.
Bullshit.
And you decided to drive all the way out here.
Of course.
That's the best option.
What?
Instead of trying to go into the city.
These roads, they're familiar. I barely even thought about it.
No shit.
But Ruth has to express the situation of how it's...
And said that he would feel better if we stayed here. In his house.
Yes. Okay, it's his house. Not your house. You are a little moochin' fucking bitch. And also, let's not forget about the fucking one main concept that this house was rented out.
You want to stay here, but we're staying here.
These people have paid for their time to be in this house.
Well, under the circumstances, we thought you might understand.
No.
Of course.
Of course.
I think what he means is, of course, we understand.
Hell no.
But we thought maybe if you let us stay.
Because again, you know, it is like our house.
Okay, this is your dad's house. You don't own this bitch.
What she's trying to say is we wanted to be somewhere safe.
Nigga, I don't know you.
Well, we're on vacation.
Clay, Amanda, we could absolutely refund you your money.
So he wants to offer them a refund.
It's not about money. It's about sending a message.
But he doesn't want them to leave.
You want us to leave? It's the middle of the night. My children are sleeping upstairs.
That's really not necessary.
Why not?
Because we're not saying you should leave.
Now, saying that you want to offer them a refund, you would think that us invading on your time, I'm going to give you a full refund. That would be nice. But instead,
we could refund you, say, 50% of what you paid.
What the fuck?
Are you having a laugh?
I'm sorry, could you speak into my good ear?
50%? Really? Half? No. Bitch, I want a full refund. God damn it. I paid for this time for my family to be here, and you want to fucking come and spend the night?
I'm going to spread my legs out like this. Just to finish it off, why don't you give me a swift kick in the balls?
While I'm supposed to be in my vacation rental home? No, I want a full refund. That would have been a nice and sensible thing to do. At least I think.
You're goddamn right. You know, there's an in-law suite. We can stay downstairs.
Downstairs.
But of course, Julia has her own problems with this whole situation because, she doesn't feel too comfortable.
I think we need to look at the terms and conditions here. I don't feel comfortable staying in a house with...
Very poor choice of words.
What?
Hate you black bastards.
With black people?
Hate your black skin.
With black people? Or are you going to say strangers?
Hate your black pants.
No. Woo.
I hate black pepper.
But,
people I don't know. It's a blackout. It could be over in a couple of hours.
Agreed.
Yet at this point of the movie, I understand where she's coming from. Because some just random guy shows up on the doorstep. I don't care if he was white, Asian, Mexican, Indian, Yemen, Russian, Yugoslavia. I don't care. Just shows up and says, hey, I own this house. My name's GH. You can't even give me a real name.
Never say my motherfucking name unless you absolutely have to.
Just to say, hey, I own this house. We need to stay here for the night.
No.
I'd be right there in her boat. In wanting to have these suspicions and feelings. That's fine. But the problem is it gets worse.
Mayor.
So Ethan has no problem with them staying for the night.
Anyway, I say one night, it's like...
I think we should discuss this privately.
And tells them to, make a drink, make yourself at your home that I can't confirm.
Say, you mind if I make myself a drink?
Oh, sure. Make yourself right at,
Very poor choice of words.
This is their home, as, the girl kept reminding us.
And then there's this one point here to where Julia says...
Well, we didn't ask for any proof. I didn't hear their car, did you?
When she clearly heard something.
Shh. Did you hear that?
It's in the movie!
Someone's here. Get a bat.
Oh, yeah. Well, whoops. Whoopsie.
What the fuck?
No, but it's windy. Maybe we just didn't hear
And
him.
maybe they snuck up the road.
Hold it! What the hell is that shit?
This is Hollywood, baby.
They're strangers. They knocked on the door in the middle of the night. Well, here's an idea. Go to a hotel.
And yeah, Good fucking point. Why couldn't you go to a hotel? You couldn't climb some stairs. Okay, fine. Maybe the power is out. Maybe the hotel's elevator wouldn't work. But shit, you couldn't slowly go up the stairs? And then she questions his blackness.
This really doesn't seem like their house.
His social status of saying that, oh, the board of the Philharmonic.
The board of the Philharmonic.
You are a racist, madam.
Are you prejudiced?
I hate black keys on the piano.
He came here because he doesn't want to climb a flight of fucking stairs. Give me a break. All feels a little improvised.
Improvised?
I don't know, just all feels like a con to me. And they want to stay here with us? God, what if it's a scam?
No, Julia, I'll tell you what feels like a scam. This movie itself. This is like, that was only covering about the first, 30 minutes, maybe a little less, but of course I put my commentary in there and what I do. But what feels like a scam, a con, is that Netflix tries to push this off as a movie. That's the thing with Netflix. They got their own little studios and their Netflix originals, and that's what this movie was. That feels like a fucking con, that you put this in front of my face and say, hey, here's a movie. Here's some actors' names you know. Ethan Hawke, fucking Julia Roberts, fucking Kevin Bacon was in this movie. And you was like, oh, actors, names. Ooh, I gotta check it out. Ooh, Leave the World Behind. Catchy title. What does that mean?
I'm sure you'll be gravely disappointed.
But this is what they give us. And this is only the first part. As long as I can get things going properly, as long as things flow smoothly, we're going to do these next 4 parts of this movie and finish this off for, I watch these bad movies so you don't have to. And it's just what I do. It's just what I do when I got the time anyway. But yeah, if you want to watch this movie, I think it's still on Netflix. I don't know. This has been so far removed since I did it, but stay tuned. Thank you for all the support. Thank you, my 200, now I can say 200 plus subscribers. Thank you all for putting up with my nonsense. I am the angry black guy, Sick 2210. Sir Buff drinks a lot because that's what I do. I drink a lot. And I have to watch these bad movies and continue to bring them to you. But don't forget, I have movies on my channel that I do like. Check them out sometime. We'll catch you next time. Help a brother out.